Hello friends, today we are going to study the diseases of beans. In beans, there is cluster bean, cowpea, all bean crops collectively got infection due to some pathogens. From among them, anthracnose and bacterial blight are most important. Anthracnose of these beans caused due to Coleotrichum lindemuthianum. Here you can see the symptoms of anthracnose of beans caused due to Coleotrichum lindemuthianum. The infection appear on the underleaf surface as blackened dead portions of the veins which may extend to limited adjoining areas. The central portion of the spots shows pinkish mass of fungal spore, especially in case of wet weather condition. Most striking symptoms of this disease appear on immature pods as shown in image. It shows brown and sunken spots with lighter or grey central area. So these are some particular marks of identification for anthracnose of bean. Similarly, in severe infected pods, brown to light chocolate color sunken cankers lesion may also develop on seed and on seed coat also. So you can easily identify this anthracnose of bean. In pods you can see the brownish color margin and corky appearance or cankerous growth also seen in case of severe infection. And in such lesions there are certain types of asexual structure produced by this pathogen. That means acervulus. It is the asexual structure produced by this fungal pathogen, and it serves as a dormant structure for dormant condition and in availability of main host. That means if there is absence of main host, they can survive in the form of this asexual structure in soil as well as in plant debris also. For management of this anthracnose of bean, it is not a difficult task for a plant pathologist, but the primary methods, that is seed treatment with carbendazim or benomyl, it is recommended to avoid the primary infection. Similarly, after the emergence of this disease, immediate spray of mancozeb or carbendazim or tricyclazole are recommended for instant covering of this disease. The next most important disease of bean is bacterial blight. Now we will see the bacterial blight of cluster bean, and its causal organism is Xanthomonas axonopodis pathover cymopsidis. This disease was first reported in 1958 in India from Anand by Dr. M.K. Patel, and it is widely distributed disease. Here you can see the symptoms of this bacterial blight of beans, showing small circular water-soaked spots on leaflets. On lower surface of leaves, it produces oily or olive-colored spots. Fully developed spots become jet black in color. These spots coalesce to form big necrotic patches surrounded by chlorotic halo. This is the particular marks of identification for this bacterial blight. The infection from blighted leaves spread to the stem through petiole, and diseased stem get cracked due to the infection or due to the severe infection of this Xanthomonas axonopodis. Infected pods show heavy spotting and seeds become shriveled. So it directly affects the quality of grains inside the pods. So this is one of the economic important disease in beans. Here you can see in images, all the images showing clear symptoms of this bacterial blight. This bacterial blight pathogen is a gram-negative, rod-shaped, singly or in pairs, capsulated, motile with single polar flagellum. These are some microscopic characters of this bacteria. This bacteria is seed-borne and it is spread to new area by infected seeds only. That is, contaminated seeds are responsible for spreading of this disease. These bacteria also enter into the plant system through wounds, stomata, hydathodes. These are the actual mode of entry of this bacterial pathogen inside the bean crops. The spread takes place through rain splashes, and wind-borne rain splashes are responsible for secondary spread. Now, for management of this bacterial blight disease, we should apply antibiotics instead of fungicide. We have to use streptocycline like antibiotics or agrimycin or validamycin. These are some antibiotics which were recommended for controlling this bacterial blight pathogen. Similarly, we can also grow resistant varieties like mentioned here. And clean sanitation, field sanitation, use of disease-free seeds. These are some common practices that we should follow for management of this bacterial blight disease.